Welcome to this tutorial on how to grow on YouTube. There is no secret sauce and there is no secret formula. All our lives are miserable. And before we get started, I just want to say this video is sponsored by no one because no one will sponsor this shitty channel. Now, as a YouTuber, your life is miserable. To make it a little less miserable, let's try to get some views. So the main things alright, I'm going to stop that shitty, slightly racist Australian accent. YouTube does promote your video. It tests it out on certain people's homepage, you know, whoever's in your niche. If they click on it, your click-through rate goes up, and that means YouTube is like, okay, interesting, people like to click on this video, let's promote it to some more people. Retention rate is when they click on the video, how long do they watch it for? If they don't stick around for a long time, YouTube's going to be like, oh, they're clicking on this video but they're exiting pretty early, this video might not be that good, let's slow it down with the promotion. If your retention rate is up, then it'll be like, oh, people are watching this, people like to stay on this website and watch this video, let's put it out to more people. I've did my research around having above a 10% click-through rate and about a 50% retention rate is really good. If you get those numbers, that video might blow up. So for me, good is having a 6% click-through rate and then having a little above 40% retention rate. Now that video is a banger for me, but it is hard to make those videos because there are so many little details and nuances that go into making good videos that you don't know until you learn them by doing it. So you just have to keep trying and doing it over again and trying new things. YouTube is a data game. You want to increase your CTR and your retention rate on your analytics page are so important that you need to pay attention to if you want to grow as a creator. Now, of course, there are outliers. We cannot rely on outliers for valid information or for solid information because those people who have millions of views that just blow up overnight, they get really lucky. You need to be able to hit that jackpot with that perfect video. You increase your chances of hitting that jackpot with trying. You just need to keep producing stuff until your videos get good enough where the chances are high enough that you might get promoted more and more and more and more and more. Now, if you actually are doing YouTube for money, I just want to tell you right now, even if your channel blows up within this next month, it's going to take maybe another month just to get monetized. So all those views will receive no revenue, no money for the first 2 months, at least the first 2 months. And that's if you hit the jackpot. Now, if you don't hit the jackpot and you're doing this as a hobby, good job. Focus on those numbers. Retention and CTR is the way to go in this YouTube game. It is so much more detailed than that. I would sit here and tell you for like 10 hours, but I don't want to because I'm trying to figure this shit out for myself. Immerse yourself in the life of an editor. Watch videos that editors make. There are a bunch of editors out there on YouTube who make videos on how to make good videos. You need to study this. To be a good editor, you have to have the mindset of an editor in post-production. You need to have the mindset as an actor in front of the camera. And then you need to have the mindset of a manager, a YouTube manager in general. What are we going to make? What niche do I want to focus on? What kind of videos do I want to make? What kind of audience do I want to gather? Who am I making these videos for? You have so many jobs as a YouTuber that nothing is plain and simple. It's like having a regular job. Your boss comes up to you and say, I want CTR and retention rate up 10% this month. You're like, how the fuck am I going to do that? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I wake up at 10 p.m. on weekends. My marriage is falling apart. I go to Denny's at 4 in the morning. My fucking dog has 3 legs. I adopted this dog because I felt bad for it and it has 3 legs. I don't know what I'm doing. This whole YouTube game is just data. It's just all data. Mr. Beast, he is the closest to like perfecting the algorithm. Like he is the data analyst expert because he's been trying for years. It's a long learning curve, YouTube. And once you figure it out, then you can become a full-time YouTuber and maybe you'll be successful. Maybe you'll just be like mid-level success, but enjoy the process because as long as you're happy doing this, it will never feel like a job. It can be very exhausting. Being a YouTuber is not all glimmer and gold. For me, I got to a point where I was sitting in this room for hours on hours and hours on day without breaks. That's another job you have to do. You have to take care of yourself because this job can be mentally exhausting. That'll affect your work as an actor, as a cameraman, as an editor, as a producer, as a manager. It'll affect all of those if you are not taking care of yourself. So just make sure that you are happy outside of YouTube as you are inside of YouTube. I probably missed out on a lot of information. This is not a well thought out video. This is just me spitting it off the top of my head. I have been in the gutters of YouTube for a while now. I hope you guys have a good day. Peace out.